Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're really taking a look inside a very structured process. It's all about managing Chromebooks.
That's right. And we've got some source material here, notes called FCS TSV Chromebook Stations. They're from June 5th, 2025.
Yeah, and these notes, they really lay out a specific workflow step by step. So our mission really is to walk through these steps, these stations they talk about, and see what stands out. How are they actually? Oh, wait, someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Oh, hey, it's Mike Simmons here, and I actually created the notes, and I wanted to join the conversation and talk through with you guys about the stations and hear what you have to say.
Mike. Wow, that's fantastic. We're thrilled you're here.
Seriously, what a treat to have the person behind the curtain join us.
This makes our job a whole lot easier and a lot more interesting.
Absolutely. We were just about to dive into Station 1, the clean and check phase.
We were noting the detail, even down to the BIO cleaner and microfiber cloth.
And the importance of removing those extra stickers people love to add.
What was the thinking behind specifying those details?
Well, so the BIO cleaner, that's actually short for BIOS cleaner. And then the microfiber cloth, you want to have a dry one and a wet one. So you take the BIOS cleaner and you spray it 1 or 2 times on the wet cloth, and that's going to be to wipe it down. And then the dry one is to get any of the smudges or fingerprints wiped away too.
That's great classification, Mike. Thanks for jumping in with that detail about the cleaner and the cloths.
That makes perfect sense. Having both a wet and a dry cloth ensures a really thorough clean.
Okay, so BIOS cleaner and the 2-cloth method. Got it. That's really good to know as we unpack this first station.
It highlights the level of detail considered right from the very first step, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So, Mike, tell us a bit more about this initial cleaning stage and why you felt it was so crucial.
And after that,
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Well, it's crucial for us is because we're moving to a one-to-one system with students and Chromebooks, and we want to make sure that when we pass out the Chromebooks that everyone has a Chromebook that looks as good as new.
that completely explains the emphasis on the clean and check station. First impressions matter.
Absolutely. You want the students to feel like they're getting something that's really cared for right from the start.
It sets a positive tone for their learning experience with these devices.
So after that initial cleaning, the notes mention checking for those sometimes elusive missing rubber feet.
Such a seemingly small detail, but it really does affect the stability of the Chromebook.
Exactly, preventing wobbling and potential damage. Then the process moves inside to the screen and keyboard.
Where the focus is on getting rid of dust and any residue.
And then there's the step we can all relate to, wrestling with and removing those defective screen protectors.
A circuitry step to ensure a clear display for the students. Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Hey, Mike Simmons again. And so, yeah, it's on the Acer Chromebooks. If you have a screen protector that has bubbles underneath, or maybe it's cracked, you want to take off the old one, and then the warehouse will supply you with a new one to apply. And it's pretty easy. When you apply it, you just want to make sure it's even and just kind of rub your finger across the middle, and then it just lays flat.
That's super helpful insight, Mike. Thanks for the specific tip on applying the new screen protector.
That detail that the Acer Chromebooks and the warehouse providing replacements is good practical information.
It sounds like a pretty straightforward process when done correctly.
Absolutely. And ensuring a smooth, bubble-free screen is key for the student's user experience.
And then, as the notes indicate, any Chromebooks with damage after this initial check are set aside.
They make their way over to Station 4, which is dedicated to repair and maintenance.
What was the core idea behind creating that separate pathway for the Chromebooks that need?
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Well, it just helps us to identify, okay, these need special attention, and then the other ones are good to, continue on the process with labeling and boxing.
Exactly, Mike. That makes perfect sense. It's all about that initial triage.
Streamlining the process by quickly identifying which units need extra steps.
So for those that passed the initial inspection, they head to Station 2, apply a new label.
The notes specify putting the new label right over the old one. What was the reasoning there?
And then we noticed the tension of ECF labels. What does ECF stand for in this context?
We were wondering, go for it.
Well, ECF is the Emergency Connectivity Fund, and we just wanted to kind of identify how many of those we have and set those aside as well. But the new label we're going to put is going to be a universal label. It'll just say Forsyth County Schools. And because everyone's going to be assigned to it, so it's not location specific, but rather student specific.
Oh, that's really clear, Mike. Thanks for explaining ECF and the new labeling system.
So the ECF identification is for tracking those specific devices due to the funding source.
And the new universal label simplifies things now that they're going to be student assigned rather than tied to a location.
That makes the instruction to put the new label over the old one completely logical. Less work and clear identification.
Okay, so after labeling, these Chromebooks then move on to Station 3, box up Chromebooks and charger.
10 per box, as the notes indicate, which sounds like a good, manageable number.
And the chargers are inspected and wrapped before going into the box as well.
It's all about ensuring each student receives a complete and ready-to-use package.
And of course, we can't forget Station 4, where those Chromebooks needing a little TLC are sent.
Where your team works with the warehouse to get the parts they need for repairs.
What we found particularly...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll work with the warehouse, but if it's under a manufacturer's warranty with Dell or Acer, go ahead and get the part replaced through warranty. Otherwise, just get one from the warehouse that's going to be out of warranty.
That's a really helpful distinction, Mike. Thanks for clarifying the warranty procedure.
So it sounds like there's a first step of checking for active warranties with the manufacturers.
Which makes complete sense from a cost-saving perspective.
And then the warehouse acts as the go-to for any out-of-warranty replacements.
That streamlines the repair process even further.
What we found particularly interesting, Mike, was the next step for those repaired Chromebooks.
They go back to Station 2 for labeling. It's a really smart loop.
What was the thinking behind sending them back for relabeling after repair?
It ensures that...
Oh, go for it.
Well, yeah, so the thinking was once it's been repaired, then we can just send it through the process to get to boxing. And then that way we can hand more Chromebooks to students' hands.
That makes perfect sense, Mike. It's all about getting those repaired units back into circulation efficiently.
So they get their new Universal Forsyth County Schools label and are ready for boxing. Streamlined indeed.
So, Mike, thinking about this whole well-defined process you've created
and how it ensures these Chromebooks look and function well for the student.
What were some of the key goals you had in mind when you set up these stations?
Was efficient?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you were about to say efficiency, but yeah, that's the key goal because we have thousands of Chromebooks and we have a short summer, so we got to get through this as efficiently and streamlined as possible. And that's the whole reason I invited you guys to the call today. That way we could just talk about streamlining the process and make it as smooth as possible.
You nailed it, Mike. Efficiency was definitely on our minds as we looked at these steps.
And hearing you confirm that it's the central goal, especially with that summer timeline and the number of devices.
Yeah, so I do want to say a special thank you because you've covered all 4 stations, and I think we understand now the logical flow. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday and hopefully a wonderful weekend as we head into that here really soon.
Oh, Mike, you are most welcome. We've really enjoyed having you join us and provide all that fantastic insight.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure hearing directly from the source, and the logical flow you've created is really clear.
We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us today.
Yes, have a wonderful Thursday and a fantastic weekend yourself, Mike.